Hey everybody, this is my first ever video I'm making. I just want to make a video to show off my lodge. I have 192 hours on this game, so pretty reasonable for a fairly new. I'm fairly new to the game. I like to hunt trophies. Alright, so this is my Savannah Trophy Lodge. This is after about 200 hours of playing. Those guys, I can show you. These are just sort of throwaways. These are stuff I had from a long time ago. Most of these are from very recently, over the past few weeks, but I've had some stuff from very old. That's what that is over there, just a bunch of old stuff. Over here is where it starts to be the real stuff. So this is saltwater croc I got obviously on Australia, but this is the one of the rare, I don't know if you want to call it a fur type or I guess variation. They don't really have fur. It's only a silver though. I wish it would have been a gold. Same with these guys. I got these recently while I was looking for ibex for the Grand Slam. Albino and melanistic. They're both silver. They're both, but they are the cool fur types, and they make this pretty cool clash sort of display. So that's why I wanted them out here. This is where all my real stuff is. So this is essentially but this Gezenbach right here, I've gotten over the past month or so. I've just really gotten into this game recently. This Gezenbach I've had before, and it's also a female, so I don't really think it counts that much, you know. But I guess I'll just go one by one. I'll start at the main event. This is the Grand Slam of Ibex. They're all diamond. This took me a while to get. Working on it for a very long time. I got them slowly while I was sort of getting everything else here. But this is like the centerpiece of my lodge right now. Start over here with this mountain lion. This was, I wish I had gotten one of the tan colors. I don't like this gray color as much, even though it is a little bit rarer. I'd rather have a tan, but I'm still a big fan of this. This was from Silver Ridge Peaks. I wasn't really looking for this guy all that much. I was looking for, what was I looking for? I don't even remember. I was looking for something. Oh, bighorn. I was looking for bighorn, and I just saw one of these guys, and I was like, I might as well go look for some. And the third, I had 10 set up at all the lakes looking for bighorn, and these guys drink at about the same lake as bighorn. So about the third lake I went to, I found this guy. It didn't take me very long at all, as opposed to the bighorn, who took me forever. But we'll get to him later. Next, I got both of these today. This lion, this is actually very funny. You can see, I got them 2 minutes apart, which is absolutely crazy. I was looking for lions. I found him a legendary, but as I was looking for him, I spawned in at a lake with a tent, and I see him, and I see this guy run by me. This 9 legendary Cape Buffalo. And so I didn't think he was going to be a lion. He had a diamond. I didn't think he was going to be a diamond. He had a very estimate. So I shot him, and then I immediately switched the time to Cape Buffalo and shot him right back to back. So that's why it's 2 minutes apart. These aren't like modded or anything. This is just like a crazy at the same lake. Cape Buffalo runs by me. He was actually aggressive, but he stopped being aggressive. He just was aggressive for a second and then just kept running right through. And I would have shot him, but there was a lion, 9 legendary lion drinking at that moment, who I'd been looking for a long time. So I let him go and came back to his drink, and there he was. And these are just 2 females. These aren't anything special. Up here, another diamond basit ibex. I actually found 2 diamond basit ibex. I wasn't even and it was crazy. It was in the same rotation. How I like to find these is I like to set up tents so I can, at all their drink zones, scout out all their drink zones, and then I rotate through the tents at their drink time. And I found him and the one over there who's a little bit bigger in the same rotation, and it was the first rotation I'd ever done. So I'd say if you're looking for an easy diamond, Besit Ibex is gotta be, that was one of the easiest ones. The Besit, and I believe it was the Ronda, took me no time at all to get, and then the Gretos in the Southeastern Spanish took me forever. I guess you can see the dates, 2 days apart. Here, Wood Bison, this is from, oh, these are obviously from Honga, and this guy's obviously from COTW. This was from Alberta, Wood Bison. He also took a long time to get. He's one of my not as favorites. I'm really big fan of this display I just got here. This might be my favorite in the whole room, maybe besides. Not much to say about him. He's just normal Wood Bison, Diamond Wood Bison. Yeah. This was the Bighorn Sheep. This is what I was in Silver Ridge Peaks for when I found other diamonds as well. He was actually level 4. I didn't think level 4 had much chance of making diamond, but he did. He's not an uncommon fur type. He's really just, there's nothing special about him, I'm gonna be honest. This moose, I've had a long story with this moose. So I looked for moose for a very long time in Medved, but I just couldn't have any success. I was having trouble finding their drink zones in these frozen lakes. I don't know what it was about Medved. It just wasn't going well for me. So I switched to New England to look for moose because New England is super pretty. I've heard I will say it's really hard for hunting New England. It's not good if you're looking for hunting, but it's so pretty. So I switched to New England, and within 30 minutes of pulling up to New England, I'm running down a river looking for drink zone. He's pretty big diamond, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Whitetail, this is the guy that started it all. This is the first diamond I really grinded for and got. This one took me the longest, but that was because I was inexperienced and I wasn't quite sure how to do everything correctly. So a lot of the grind time for this guy, I was only running 6/10s, which I do 16 now. I did it he was on Rev on Thule. I don't know how I ended up catching him. I was shooting with the wrong gun, spooking him all over the place. But this guy's got to be one of my favorites because he was like the one that started it all. Which one was second? Oh, I can't remember which one I got second. Oh, it was the red deer, I'm pretty sure. I'll get to him later. Here is the Besit. At the beginning, I just went for all of these ones that went in the Leighton Lodge because I didn't have this lodge. I only had the Leighton Lodge. But then eventually I started branching out. As you can see, a lot of these guys don't go in the Leighton Lodge. But that's why a lot of these are the classic common deer. Here's the Grand Slam I've already told about. Diamond fallow deer. This was from Te Awaroa, New Zealand. He was one of the ones that took me longer to get. There's nothing really special about him. He's kind of, I don't like him all that much. I did spend a long time getting him, but still. Now these two, this red deer was the first animal I spotted on Te Awaroa. I originally went to Te Awaroa for red deer to get a diamond red deer, and that's why this guy ended up happening, because I was like, I've been on this map for 15 minutes. I've got to get my money's worth on this map. I'm not just going to be on this map for red deer and leave. To get one red deer in 15 minutes and leave. But he's got a very interesting rack. I'm not actually a huge fan of his rack. I've seen people on the internet say he's cool, but I'd rather have a more typical one. And then this is a piebald female that I found while I was looking for fallow deer, I believe. She just ran by. Up here, I have a gold piebald fallow deer I found while looking for him, who is pretty cool on Te Awaroa. This was the Gezenbach that I had. I've had this guy for a long time. This was way before I started really getting into it. She's a female, found on Verhonga. I was just like messing around with a buddy on Verhonga and saw her. I don't really count her that much, I feel like, because of how easy female Gezenbach are to find diamonds for. But, you know, if you're looking for an easy diamond, female Gezenbach, Besit Ibex, that's how you get it. This was a melanistic gold mule deer found on Silver Ridge Peaks while setting up for Bighorn. He was actually the first animal I shot on that map. Here's another Verhonga. I found a lot of stuff on Verhonga. This was actually a very similar case. I was messing around with a buddy, saw him running. I took a very risky shot. I ended up hitting him right like here in the liver while he was running. Yeah, he's gold fur color, which I think is not rare, but it's not common either. It's not rare like albino or melanistic, but it's one of the more uncommon ones. Most of my diamonds, I feel like I've got about as much that I wasn't even looking for as I was looking for. Like this guy, I wasn't looking for gray wolf. I was looking for plains bison in Alberta, and I found this guy. He's super cool. I want to get 2 more females or a Euro bison, or maybe it's a plains bison. That's a wood bison. Maybe I should get a plains bison to make a mount for him to go with. And then I'll need some females. And finally, I've got 2 turkeys. This one was in New England looking for, well, I spent a long time looking for foxes. Never actually found a diamond fox, but I caught him while I'm still looking for the diamond fox. Caught him while I was looking for these diamond foxes. I was running down the river, spotted him, went back, grabbed my 22, came back and shot him. He was still there. He was pretty easy. This guy flew directly over me in Silver Ridge Peaks. Shot him out of the air with birdshot. Thank God I had that on me. I did not think he was going to be diamond. He was a level 2. This guy was level 3. He was only level 2. Yeah, let me show you the guns now. This I shot a lot of wood bison with. No, I wouldn't say a lot. This gun was my main workhorse. Shot a lot of big things. Shot a lot of 813 shots fired and 514 kills. This is probably the one I have, probably easily the most kills on this one. This is the... Oh, wow. Wait, do I have the same amount on both of these? No, okay, never mind. This is the 22 I would use if I'm using a 22. Biggest magazine. I like that. I like this gun, but I just like... I hate the scope on it. I have the other one now that I use, the one that came with Alberta. I did some fox hunting with this, but like I don't like that I can't zero it to 300. I like shooting from far, so it's hard for me to use a lot of these types of guns. This is the shotgun I've shot. This is the main shotgun I use for when I'm shooting birds. Put some steel bird shot in there. Put some buckshot in there. I don't really use slugs or buckshot ever on it, but if I was to use a shotgun, this is the one I use. I usually use 22 though, unless I'm like sitting and looking down at a decoy as I put it out. This is my second most used rifle. I use this one a lot more now. 7mm. It's essentially just like the 308 but bolt action. I find the 308 is it says it's class 4 to 8, but it's very powerful for class 4 to 8. Like it'll take things down super fast within class 4 to 8, and the 7mm is similar, 4 to 9. I think this should be changed to a 4 to 9 as well. I think 4 to 8 is underestimating it. I don't like this one a lot. I feel like it shoots real flat, but I feel like it takes a long time to take down the ammo, to take down the animal you're shooting at. I'd rather shoot it with something like this or the Zarza that would allow me to kill and take down that animal a lot faster. Here is drilling rifle. I barely use this. This just looks cool here. This one I use a ton. This is the one I just killed the lion and the Cape buffalo with. I killed wood bison with it. I kill a lot of things with it. Everything that's big, I'll shoot with this. I think I killed the moose with a 7mm. But I killed a lot of any animal that's big. This is the one I use. I don't like the 300 AR. I just like this one more. I like the reload on it a lot. The 308 AR doesn't have that. As funny as that sounds, that's the main reason I like it. This one I love. I love this, except it's only 0s to 150. But when you hit something with it, it just like evaporates. You do not ever have to shoot again. It will easily take it out. I use this a lot for foxes. Haven't caught that diamond red fox yet. I'm hoping to catch it soon. I use this when I just carry it around. If something goes aggressive at me, I put like 10 rounds of 10mm into them, and that'll put them down pretty quick. Big fan of this. Smaller fan of this. I've been using this to try to get my handgun score up because you can put a scope on it. I want to get the 44 hard-nosed bullets, but gotta get my handgun score up. So, yeah, I've got some more guns out here, but these aren't guns that I use very often at all. I almost never use any. I've never fired a shot with this one at all. I don't use any of these other guns very often. That's why they're hung up here. Actually, I use the Sunberg a fair amount. I use this like 6 shots fired, 1 magazine, 5 shots fired, 59 shots fired. I don't like this one. I feel like the drop off is not, like, it's not very accurate. It really has power, but it doesn't have very good accuracy, I feel like. I just like the 22-250 better. That's just pretty simple, and I just like the varmint better than this one. I don't like the magazine size. I wish it would have had a bigger magazine. But yeah, I'm working on getting a bear. I'm really looking for a bear here. Is going to be my next one that I'm really looking for. I'm not completely sure which bear yet. If anyone has any strategies on how to best find a diamond bear of any kind, I don't really care which kind. If I had to pick, I'd probably say black or grizzly. But I like them all. That's what I'm going for next year. So yeah, I'll post updates if I find it, and during the process too. Thank you.